You must be wondering how this song came to be, right? Well, there's a story, a tale of pride, wit, and the lessons we learn in the most unexpected ways. But before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who loves a good story as much as you do. Now find a comfortable place to sit, relax, and let's journey together into the captivating world of this folktale. There once was a man, a very powerful man, newly married to the daughter of a ruler. A beautiful union it was, but not without its trials. You see, his wife, despite being well-mannered and charming, had a peculiar habit of calling her husband Hawe, meaning my friend, a name so common it could be given to anyone in the community. Now the husband, a man of great pride and strength, couldn't stand this. He would frown, then scold her, saying, "Do not call me Hawe. I am not just anyone. I am a powerful man. I should be called Baba, which means father, a title befitting someone of my stature." But the wife, oh, she had her ways. She would laugh softly and say, "Hawe, Hawe, what does it matter? You're still my husband." The man's face would turn red with frustration. She does not respect me, he thought. And so, the seeds of his plan began to grow. One day he made up his mind. "I will show her who I truly am," he said to himself. And so he invited her on a journey, a long journey. The wife, unsuspecting of her husband's intentions, happily agreed. The day of the journey came and they journeyed together, and then it began. The husband stood still. His body began to change, shifting and twisting like something out of a dream. His wife gasped as his legs stretched, his arms coiled, and his skin turned scaly. Before her eyes, her husband had become a giant python. "Do you see now?" he hissed, his voice echoing. "I am powerful. I am not Hawe, I am Baba." But his wife, she didn't flinch. She looked at him, unimpressed, and said, "A snake? Is that all? You're still my husband, Hawe." The python recoiled, shocked at her calmness. His pride was bruised. "This isn't enough," he thought. "I'll show her more." The transformation began again. The snake's body grew fur, its fangs sharpened, and it roared, a deafening roar. He had become a saber-toothed tiger. "Now will you call me Baba? Look at me, mighty and fierce," he growled, pacing before her. But the wife? She smirked, folded her arms, and said, "You're just a cat with big teeth. Howie is still Howie." And so he transformed again. This time he became water, a vast, surging flood that threatened to drown her. The waves rose high, crashing and swirling around her feet. "Call me Baba, or you'll be swept away," he roared, his voice echoing like thunder. But the wife? She simply stepped aside, standing on a rock, and said, "You're just water, flowing here and there. Still Hawe." Now the man was furious. He roared, and the water boiled and raged, but he knew it wasn't enough. After these, the wife began singing.
TERENA, tere, awe o. TERENA, tere, awe o. Iṣu kọ́kọ́ yókò. Ọkọ dẹkùn sọ́nà o. Ẹkùn kúrò lọ́nà ó jọ ọmọ wa lọ o. Ọmọ wa mọ̀jà, ọmọ wa mọ̀tá o. Ọmọ wa dẹkùn, ọmọ rídò o. TERENA, tere, awe o. TERENA, tere, awe o.
And then, with a final cry, he burst into flames, a blazing, roaring inferno. The fire danced and crackled, consuming everything in its path. He closed in on her, his heat unbearable, his flames licking at her feet. "Now," he bellowed, "will you finally call me Baba, or shall I consume everything in my path?" At last, the wife felt the heat, the danger. Her heart raced, and she cried out, "Baba!" "Yes, you are Baba." The fire stopped. The flames flickered, then vanished. The man returned to his human form, standing before her, triumphant. After this, the wife sang again.
Aba o. Aba o. Kọ́kọ́ yókò. Ọkọ dúná sọ́nà o. Iná kúrò lọ́nà ó jọ ọmọ wa lọ o. Ọmọ wa mọ̀jà, ọmọ wa mọ̀tá o. Ọmọ wa mẹ̀kùn, ọmọ rídò o. TERENA, tere, aba o. TERENA, tere, aba o. TERENA, tere, aba o. TERENA, tere.
The wife, now trembling, looked at her husband with awe. She finally saw the power he held, the strength he carried, and the husband? He was satisfied. He took her hand, and together they continued their journey home. From that day forward, the wife never called him Yahweh again. To her, he was Baba, the man of power, the father, the one she respected.